Dispatch Season 1 is finally over. By far, I really enjoyed the game and its characters. It was one of my favorite things to watch and play, so I decided to just make a video about the good, the bad, and Dispatch. So let's start off obviously with the good, and I think the strongest thing that this game has going for itself is the characters. The characters are really cool. People find themselves loving different people of the Z team. Obviously, my personal favorite is probably Robert, just to make things simple, next to Sonar, which is some pretty basic choices in the community, but those characters are legitimately really cool. And besides their cool designs, they all have really unique personalities and pretty good backgrounds that they've been covering in the comics if you haven't been checking them out. This is probably such a strong point for this game that has people coming back, because as you start dispatching these heroes, you kind of like, I want to say, build a little bit of a bond with the people that you're sending out. And each episode kind of does a great job of having you want more, because your decisions do kind of matter, especially at the start. And that's mainly because the main driving point of these stories is who you decide to pursue between Invisigal and Blonde Blazer. The community has been at war over that decision, and I'm personally just gonna tell you there is a right choice, and it's really just Invisigal anyway, so yeah. And I'm just gonna say this one more time, the characters are really fucking cool, bro. I really like investing my time into some of these characters, and I really feel like I want a t-shirt of Sonar. So props to the voice actors for doing such a great performance in this game and having me actually believe that this is a dysfunctional group of superheroes. Well, technically villains. Well, enough about the good. I feel like there's a lot of great qualities to this game besides its nice graphics. The gameplay, you can't really complain too much about it because it's really basic. It's kind of straight to you know what I mean? Besides choosing choices, dispatching is the main thing about the game. I don't really understand like people who have issues with the gameplay saying it's boring or whatever. Some people really do enjoy dispatching, some people don't. It's just up to you, man. But now we're on to the bad. This part isn't that long, nor is it really too critical, I'd say, but I do think it's some points that do need to be brought up. I can't say this about all Telltale games or just games that you get to make choices, right? Because I know with other type of games, your choices really do affect like every single thing about the game, right? But the game does follow kind of like one straight path, you know what I mean? Where you could choose A or B, but it'll still end as A no matter what you choose to do. Which, to me, there's nothing necessarily wrong about it, because I feel like that's just a whole lot of work to make a whole nother separate storyline, and maybe like 4 more storylines depending on your decisions. And the development team, from what I heard, is not the biggest, but they're trying. So during these type of things, you just kind of think to yourself, wow, even though I chose to make this choice, it seems like it's still forcing me on this path, which is what I felt like they were doing with Invisigal, especially near the end of the season 1. It's interesting too, because I saw some people's playthroughs where they could deliberately avoid Invisigal no matter what, or try to avoid romantic encounters with her, right? But Invisigal will still be infatuated with them nonetheless and kind of force herself onto the main character. But this isn't too big of an issue in my opinion, right? Because at the end of the day, the 2 things you do get is to either get Blonde Blazer or get Invisigal. That seems to be the main driving point of the story. And also seems like the main decisions you get to make with Robert. But besides that short little rant right there, that's it for the bad. I really enjoyed this game. I had to rate it probably an 8.9 out of 10. There was things that maybe could have been improved, but I have no complaints. It's really nice to see a game like this hitting headlines and becoming really popular, because I personally believe that this type of genre was, if I'm gonna be honest, a little bit dead. I didn't know this many people could be this obsessed with the story. Like, you had the whole community split between 2 different people. I haven't seen that in a while, so really big ups to the developers. This game could have definitely been a standalone within season 1, so I'm a little bit grateful that they're giving us a season 2, because I can't wait to just see more of these characters and see what more type of love you can explore with Special or Robert. Anyways though, if you guys liked the video, subscribe. If you have anything to comment, go straight ahead. I think this was rather positive. I love the game. And make sure to drink some water. Oh, and by the way, I actually really like this genre so much that I was thinking about starting a playthrough for one of the Telltale games, The Wolf Among Us, which is a game that I've been trying to get into for a while. So if you guys want to see that, let me know.